Yes, Elijah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you very well.
Yes, well, ladies and gentlemen, we are here today once again for another discussion. As we promised last time, every time we are going to be having an important topic of discussion that we are going to be here sharing with you at any point. So today, we are going to be looking at an increasing rate of unemployment, most especially among graduates in Uganda. And this is not basically Uganda, it's East Africa, Africa, and the entire world. There is a high rate of unemployment in very many different countries. We only know Uganda because it's where we come from, but the reality is outside there, very many people are hunting for jobs. So, as I promised today, I'm also joined with my friend, Mr. Elijah, and I hope more other people will be joining us soon. But we are going to be taking up this discussion, and I would request Mr. Elijah to briefly introduce himself to you, our dear viewers.
Okay. Good morning, our viewers, those who are watching right now, those who are going to get us on our way. I say a good morning to you.
Well, to most people, I think this is late. It's now 10 minutes past 2. And I believe that most people are asleep now, but this video is going to be watched by those people who are basically on my YouTube channel. And they will be sharing the link to Facebook at any point after this video is done. So I would like to have Mr. Elijah introduce us to how he understands unemployment. And then from there, we shall pick up other issues of concern that we have to also discuss about. Mr. Elijah, you can take us through what it means by someone being unemployed. Is it that everyone who lacks what to do is unemployed? What does it mean when someone says, I'm unemployed?
Yes, specifically, unemployment is a situation where someone who is willing and he or she is able to work fail to find a job.
Elijah, I'm not sure whether this is the last tone you can give us. I don't know whether this is the last tone you can give us because your voice seems to be low.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, perfectly. It's nice now.
Yes, I'm saying unemployment is the situation where someone who is willing and he or she is able to work fail to find a job. That is briefly a definition of unemployment.
Okay. Well, you're saying someone who is willing and able to work. So, is there a certain qualification that shows that this person is? What do you mean by willing and able? Because many people outside there might be willing to work, and they are able to work. So, what do you mean? Is there any training that person is supposed to have attained, or any person who thinks that, hey, I need to work and I don't have a job, we can consider that person as unemployed?
Yeah, considering what work means, everyone should be working. Everyone who is able, who is willing to work, he or she is entitled to work, no matter the qualification. That person should be working. You get? But as like a level of unemployment, it is a broad thing. Unemployment is a broad thing whereby you find someone someone has decided, him or herself, that this time around I'm not working, I'm not doing this job, which we call involuntary unemployment. And we have this voluntary employment, whereby someone is willing to work but can't find a job. But this one, involuntary, may find maybe the work you're doing or the job you're doing doesn't pay you according to what you want. Now you decide to leave it and look for another one. And here goes with in this category of unemployment, that's why it comes mostly graduates who have just graduated from university. Yeah, they fall under under voluntary unemployment. But however, it doesn't take long. It takes little time. It takes little time. Voluntary unemployment takes little time, because if someone leaves a job, it means in his head he's sure, or maybe someone has promised him, or he's sure that to the next company or to the next project, I can find what to do. Applied graduates, the graduate finish campus, in his head or her head, they think that there is a job. Now, in that specific time, before they find a job, we call it voluntary unemployment. And those people where I told you,
other people can hear well, but your voice keeps on. When you say, "Are you hearing me?" I can hear you, but all of a sudden, when you continue speaking, the voice keeps on reducing until I can't pick anything. However, we shall continue from there, because at least I have an idea of what you have been speaking about. What do you think could be what do you think could be the cause of this this high rate of unemployment? Every day, very many students are graduating every day. There are very many people who drop out of school every day. There are those who finish their courses, technical courses, hands-on skills, but it's so hard for most people to look for a job and get it outside there in the market. So, what do you think could be the leading cause of this high rate of unemployment, most especially in our country?
As I said in an unemployment definition,
Your voice.
Some people they can't access jobs because they are willing to get it, no matter how small it is, but they can't find it.
The voice, Elijah. I don't know if you can't hear me also.
I can hear you very well. I can hear you.
Then it's better now. If you speak nearby your microphone, then it's better. I hear you.
Yes. Yes, I'm saying.
Yes, better now.
Yes, I said unemployment. It is a broad thing. Like most people, they take it to be that everyone. They mostly take it to everyone who is not working to be part of a bracket of people who are unemployed. But there are people who are not willing to work. Now, given like what you're asking me, I think we have very many different. We have different types of unemployment. We have this frictional unemployment, which takes little time, where and this it mostly consists these people, those who are voluntarily leaving work to find new work, and these ones who are and newly graduates. You get? Now we have another one. We have this. We have another one which is it is cycle. It is like cycle. It is cycle unemployment, cyclical unemployment. This one mostly comes when there is a change in economy, downs and ups in an economy. Mostly it comes like, take an example, when like when some products like oil, when there is when there is a short a steep short of oil in a country, means all businesses will fail. It means those people, it means even output, production will also reduce. Now there are those people who will be affected by that. Now that is also a different type of unemployment, which has its own what? Its own solution. We also have another type of unemployment, which is caused by imbalance in wages and imbalance in wages and labor. You find that these like labor companies, they are charging a lot of money, or you as an employee, you need more money. Now it means this company will either reduce on employees or recruit very few, or leave recruiting. There's also another unemployment, which is structure, and mostly structure. It is caused by mostly technology change in technology. When take an example, when you have been working in a company, and maybe you have been using a specific type of technology, the skills you have specifically, you have experience on a current technology, and the moment they bring in a new technology, it means you may be chased. You may be chased, or you may chase yourself. That also has its own. It has its own solutions. We also have we also have another, which is which is it's which is caused, how does it work? It is an employment which is caused by factors like government policies. These government policies, you find that maybe if the government comes and say we have put this minimum wage. When you put a higher minimum wage, it means these employees, the employers will either reduce on the number of employees, and or when you put a raw minimum wage, employees will decide to quit the job, because that one also has its solutions. Now all those things, they have, you tackle them differently. You have to tackle them differently. But I think mostly the thing should be how to neutralize all of them, because all of them have solutions, because it is all of them fall under excuse me, under one thing, unemployment.
So now, if I may repeat what I asked you, what do you think? Like, for example, you are among one of those people who was once in a school, and there is a time you left school, right? I
Yes.
don't know whether you got a job immediately or you were among those people who spent some time when you are looking for a job when you were unemployed. What do you think could be the leading cause of those people who are out there and searching for jobs and they can't get them?
Mostly unemployment should be tackled early, before someone finish studying. Before someone finish studying, unemployment can be employment. For me, for someone to find a job, it should be started. It should be it should be tackled early before someone finish a job, because there is someone might bring an idea of connecting students to these companies before they finish. Maybe a school may align with a different company which recruits. Like when you have a school itself, they might look for students. They might look for jobs for students, or a company might come to either to schools, to these universities, and they align, they make a collaboration with these students before they finish. That might be one that might be one of solutions, but that is mostly to this to volunteer. I told you this one of these newly graduates. That I think that is one of some solutions, and maybe
Uh,
government create. Yes.
Abisalaja, I remember I had a discussion with you previously about whether
Mm,
students should work alongside doing their studies alongside, and you said that if someone has a chance and has everything that it takes for him to keep in school, they should better
mm.
concentrate on their studies than working alongside studies. Okay, if we put that aside, I want to know that one reason why is it because people they are not having experience by the time they finish school? Is it because they get substandard education? Is it because the people who graduate and the available markets they don't really match? Is it because the economy is growing slow compared to how many people are in school? Is it because um, we are not really embracing maybe technology? What could be that primary cause that you can say maybe one or two factors are really are creating a lot of issues in regards to having a lot of people on the street there and they have lack to get what to do? Is it creativity? Students themselves are not creative. Are we studying wrong things? What could be the main uh, reasons as to why this is happening?
I think the main cause of unemployment is it is there are few jobs compared to a number because like now in Uganda, graduates every year almost one every year in Uganda, almost 110,000 students graduate every year from around 37 universities institutions. 110,000 students graduate, but every year the government and public sector, they create only 8,000 jobs. 8,000 out of 110,000 graduates. It means the most problem is lack of jobs. We create, uh, we create, we create few jobs, and the labor people who are looking for people who are looking for jobs are very many.
So, in regards to the same thing, that there are very many people who are graduating outside there, and the government is creating, and the private sector, they are creating less jobs compared to the number of graduates. Do you think, do you think people, because we have been there's a mindset that has been developed in every student that going to school to study, we go there after studies, we have to get jobs, get employed, earn salary, and earn a living. The biggest number, 90% of the students have that mindset whenever they are in school. Do you think we are brought up in the right way, even though these jobs are not there? Do you think students themselves are creative enough to think beyond looking for a job when they are in school?
One side I may say yes, another side I may say no, but mostly it is yes. It is yes. Most everyone, I think everyone in his or her on her head, they think of being self-employed. They feel you have everyone, I think, has that feeling of being self-employed. You get.
Mm.
But and mostly that thing has been coming up that people they don't want to start something, they don't want to, but people want to do it, don't want to do it. But they one mostly they don't have capital. Maybe if you tell them that they have that they have much expectations, they need more, they need more than what they have, and which is not bad. Every person, everyone should be looking for more now, because what I think everyone, I think every graduate needs to be having a business which can pay him or her salary. You get. And for you to get that business, of course, you find that everything for you to finish, they sold something. You can't have capital. People have skills. People be having skills. There are those who have skills, who have enough, who have whatever it takes, but they don't have jobs.
So now, there are very many students who branch off maybe in Uganda from O level after senior four. Some people join technical institutes. Others go on A level and go to the university and study those courses. And very many people who branch from senior four go to technical school and learn hands-on skill. And previously, they used to say that the only way to curb this high level of unemployment is to make sure that students are able to learn hands-on skill. Do you think hands-on skill is a solution to high levels
No,
of unemployment in Uganda?
no.
Why?
It is part. It is part of it, but it is not the solution. Because there are people who already have skills, but they don't have jobs. There are those people who are willing to work, but they don't have jobs. Mostly the problem, you see, I think the other time I told that the most capital we have, it is our brain, the knowledge we get, but it is not enough. We need something which can help us to implement the knowledge you have. Take an example. You see, everyone who goes to school, even I think everyone who goes to school, they need more money. Now, if someone branches off from senior four and starts a business of 50,000, because that one can start a business of 50,000 because they feel that it might be enough for them to grow. But someone who
Mm.
has gone to a university, they won't start a business of 50,000. I think the way I think the way we tackle this issue of unemployment, it should be it is a broad thing which needs a lot of solution, a lot of a lot of joint heads, joint brains, people who can think beyond, who can bring in new innovations which can get all these graduates out of the streets. I can give you an example. I can give you now there are many countries now, they are embracing this issue of sports. Many countries, they are embracing this issue of sports. But like in our country Uganda, you see, sports is still very very the interest they have concerning sports is still very low. It is still, and
Mm.
most of these sports mostly they employ almost like 90%, they employ youth. But most in Uganda, like I'm giving a example of Uganda, but it is all over Africa. All over Africa, sports we take it as leisure. Mostly sports we take it as leisure, which doesn't work. Sports must be business, whereby like every district, if you can say, you say every district, let's put a playground, let's put their coaches whom we can pay. These people in schools. I remember when I was from P1, we could play some football, but our parents could say, now you are getting uh, 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 that's not the good way to go. You have to go and read books. Yet now, sports is I think is among of uh, I can say those who are those come which it is among those things which are creating more jobs than any other business, mostly in these developed countries.
So
Another thing
Elijah,
is mm,
if I may ask you something simple, I don't know, have you ever been among those people who went to look for a job before?
yes, yes.
Do you think the process that people go through in hiring, most especially government jobs, do you think the process is smooth? Do you think it also contributes to a lot of right people lacking to get the real jobs that they are supposed to get?
Yes, yes, but 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 that process in government institutions, even that person who's on that job, no matter how bad he or she's, no matter how poor as far as education is concerned, no matter but know that those people have also graduated. They might be having poor grades, but they also need a job. Now, the moment they don't find that job, they will also be included in a bracket of unemployed people, because
Um,
hello.
but unfortunately, I tried to add him, but I saw his name is Nuwabine, but unfortunately, by the time I tried to add him, he left again. I don't know. Maybe he'll send the request again. Elijah, I would like to you to be so specific regarding the thing that I have asked you. Unfortunately, we had just an internet interruption, and I did not pick exactly how you approached what I had asked you. Do you think there
Yes.
is corruption? If I may be so clear and direct, do you think there is corruption and it has also contributed greatly to a lot of qualified people not to get the jobs that they are really meant to get or they qualify to do, most
Yes, it
especially
is.
government jobs.
Yes, it is. It is, but that one doesn't create, it can't, you see, that one doesn't create, rather, doesn't add on a rate of unemployment. It just reduces the level of unemployment. Yes, he or she is the wrong person for the job, but he's also willing and is looking for a job. You get?
No, sometimes you might be willing, but you don't qualify. But someone puts someone who doesn't qualify and lets someone who qualifies luck to get the job. So is that a fair play?
It is not fair. It is not a fair concerning that job. Maybe that one it might create something, because if someone doesn't qualify, if someone is not does doesn't qualify for a certain job, maybe when it comes to decision making, maybe they want to create some new jobs in a company. They are that person, because he doesn't have that expertise, he or she may fail to create to use that office well. But let me give you this scenario. We are from campus.
Mm,
Me, like
mm,
two of us, we are from university.
mm,
I got a nice grade. You got a poor grade.
mm.
But all of us, we are getting out of university looking for jobs, meaning that two of us, we are unemployed. You get? Two of us, we are unemployed. Now, no matter who gets a job,
Mm.
no matter who gets a job, it means we have deducted on a rate of unemployment. Now that discussion comes later, someone who has gotten the job. But on concerning the right person, the wrong person, at this level of unemployment, I think it creates, maybe that person has failed. Maybe when it comes to human resource, you have employed someone who doesn't qualify to be a human resource officer. They may feel to create, or they may feel to see something like a loophole which needs someone which needs uh, 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 an employee.
But do you think that our curriculum may be what we study? Because there are some, for example, I'll give you an example. There are some companies from other countries that get big government contracts in our country, right? We have people who have qualified, we have people who have gone to school, we have people who have studied the same things, but the government itself do not trust them with such big and critical jobs. Do you think we are being offered to from our beginning up to the time someone graduates, do you think is it really prepares students to compete internationally for jobs? I will give you an example. If you leave Uganda, you go to any other country, many people don't trust what you study. They will still take you under a certain course for you to do the job. Why do you think what we are getting really prepares us enough to do the jobs outside Uganda? Because even if in Uganda we have failed to get the jobs, even when you go abroad and try to look for the job, still people believe you don't qualify. So do you think we are prepared enough for the jobs that are outside there? Because we can't compete internally, we can't compete internationally. So I would like you to give an insight about that same issue, education system that we go through.
Education system, you see, maybe uh, if we say that the projects we should or industries, all these investors, the government should look for investors who should bring money, rather who should invest in businesses according to the skills they give us from schools, or according to the skills we have. Because I'm telling you, there are people who know, but they don't have jobs. Now, if it is a role, if it is a requirement by that company, or by that country, to give you an interview before you work. If they give you an interview and you pass, that's it. It means they are asking you what you know. But if they give you an interview, and you fail, it means you didn't grab what they gave you. I don't see anything like when you reach somewhere and they give, it be like a like an interview.
No, I was
And you
asking,
mm,
my question is just very simple regarding what students study in school. We have
mm,
more than 21 years. For someone graduates, you go to school for more than 21 years. What you study, most people, when you leave school, indeed, indeed, there is no any practical aspect of anything a graduate can do. That's why if you are not exposed to any practical thing, you can't go in the field and perform. That's why even people, they will stick with that mosaic, with that old man for a long time, because they even fear to bring you up because you don't know anything, you have not learned anything practical that you can do in the field. Do you think the education system prepares students enough to even compete favorably in the market, the job market?
somewhere, yes. Because you see, in a class, Michael, you see, in a class, when you are in a class, all of you can't be the first, all of you can't be the second. There will always be the last person. Now, there are those people who go for those jobs, and immediately from where they go, they grab it and they even perform more than those who have been there. You get? And there are those
Uh,
ones who go and they struggle.
Elijah, I think, let me bring this so much clear, okay? We might
Mm,
be here, all of us have eaten, okay?
mm.
But there is food, maybe there is food that is available that anyone among us can afford in the market. But there is that food that a few people can afford. Being in class and performing better, that's what I'm trying to remove from my mind, because I have seen being in class and performing better does not mean that you qualify for job, does not mean that you have got the skills that it requires for you to perform. I'm talking about the entire education system. Do you think what the education system in Uganda brings on the table for people to consume, do you think that's the right, those are the right ingredients that we are supposed to have in order to produce students that can think for themselves, that can create jobs, that can compete favorably in the job market?
They are not enough, because everything is always, you see, things which you can, things which you can learn, every day. Of course, it is not enough. It is not enough, and it can't be enough. And even those people in those countries where they give us some short courses before, after reaching there, even them, they have what they do. It is not enough. We can't have enough. But now, let me give you an example. Like in Uganda, we have few doctors. Not so. We have few doctors. Now, if a government comes and instead and they put a factor of rather they instead they construct like 7 hospitals to get a solution of unemployment. We found that it has just only tackled something like 0 point something for only doctors, but you have to look for 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 which number of people who are unemployed is higher than the other. Now, if you have very many people who are like who are unemployed and they have business courses, or they have education courses, or they have law courses. Now, take an example of business courses. Now you have to bring in industries, and that you can get these people, bring industries, and they see if they may fail to display, or to put on table, or to provide what they have. If they may fail to bring those skills, people have, but the projects they bring now may find like someone you may get someone who did business, or rather who did accounting, and you call him for a marketing job. Of course, that person won't perform. They won't perform well. But get someone who did accounting, take him in the office of account. They may try their best. Uganda, our problem is not like we are not prepared well, but the number of jobs is very low. There is a need of creating more jobs in Uganda. There is a need of creating more jobs. And these people who already have jobs, you help them to be in their businesses. I think that is the most
Now,
thing we should create more
now
jobs and help them to answer.
you just said that if we have to get rid of this level of unemployment, they should
Mm.
bring industries, they should bring, yes. Why do you think those industries are not, even if people have money, even if you have money, there are many people, even Ugandans who are abroad, have invested in other countries, but they see it as a loss to take their money to Uganda because uh, why do you think even investors are themselves, they are not interested in coming to invest their money in Uganda? What do you think could be the problem?
There are a lot of things. There are a lot of factors or that influence investment. But labor is not part of investors in Uganda. Labor is not part of investors in Uganda. Maybe that you see this is another issue. An investor might be willing to come in Uganda, but the product is bring the product is trying to sell in Uganda. You don't have those people. We don't have even any school that lectures students to operate such like someone might bring a motor uh, maybe like a motor vehicle industry in Uganda, And you think it will help you to reduce on a level of unemployment? Because now motor vehicle, they come with their technologies. For him, he just come maybe to take your land, to take uh, either to get those tax holidays and subsidies, and he goes away. You have to put in industries according to the skills, according to the people, according to the number of unemployed people you have. You have to first look at the number of unemployed people you have and which skills they have, which work are they willing to do, which worker are they able to do, and you create an industry.
So, what do
But
you
only
think is apart from bringing industries? Because I know there are a lot of factors that underlie that. Very many people cannot invest in places where there is no good infrastructure, where there is no peace. A lot of things where there is no raw material. A lot of things
uh,
underlies
good,
bringing
good,
industry.
good.
So we may not see industries just surfacing the next day because uh, maybe where the taxes, government policy is favorable, a lot of things. So,
Mm.
what else? I'm not on that side uh, of of bringing jobs for people to just grasp. What should we do
Mm.
ourselves to make sure that maybe by the time someone leaves school, you are able. If you cannot look for a job and get it, you can do something for yourself. How do you think students should prepare themselves to face the reality of unemployment that is trending everywhere in the whole country and in most students' faces?
I think the only thing students have, the only thing uh, uh, you can do, you save something small. You save something small on what you have. If you have something, save something and excuse me, and try to regulate your consumption, because an unemployed person should not uh, behave or should not consume like someone who is working. In that, the little you have, as you are waiting for a job, that little you have can accommodate you. And again, if you are lucky enough, and
That's
either you still something like land, you can start from there and you either do agriculture. That is when things are not working, where I know it may not work as you expect it to be, because most students, they finish when they don't have anything, when their hopes are after school to get money, either to get a job, or yeah, to get a job and start and get capital, then go back and start their own thing.
now, a lot of the local investors and people in Uganda have their own private lands. They have land, they are able to do agriculture. Most students from school, they think agriculture is for poor people, for uncivilized people, for people who don't understand, for people who are struggling with life. Which message would you give to graduates who still thinking like that? Because agriculture is what is helping, is the sector that is helping most Ugandans even just survive. But most of the graduates see that as a failure point. When you go and start agriculture after school, most people believe that your life now, you are taking a step backward. Which message would you give to students who are in school and still think that they need to sit in a certain office, put on a suit, uh, 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 polish their shoes every day to go to office to work as the only form of survival?
Yes, completely. If you're a student and in your head you just think of going, getting a job and work as your career, a job will never be your career. Having a job, okay, being employed by someone will never be a career. Maybe if you decide to be employed, as you are also as you also be an employer. Now, as I like agriculture is the backbone of Uganda. Agriculture, everyone knows. is the backbone of Uganda, because we eat, we have good food. Now, I think it is a good advice for every person, for every Ugandan, not even students, but every Ugandan, to have in mind that if you enter into agriculture, it can work. Though agriculture needs some time. It needs time for you to get money from agriculture. It needs time and commitment. Now, if you're a student, either from you are at a university, but you want, now you have heard about agriculture and you also like that, now let me enter into agriculture. You buy chicken, or you buy your cows or goats or pigs, and you take them home. You are still at school, or you want to start such initiatives, and you take them either in the village or in the outskirts of town, and you also start moving around. My brother, my sister, don't do that. Instead, leave it. If you don't have time and you can't commit yourself to agriculture, don't go for it. Otherwise, you cry. If decide that, no, if you want to be, if your career, you see, people should decide on their career. When if you decide that, let me now get involved in agriculture, and you want this agriculture to be your source of income, you have to love it. Agriculture is something which needs to be loved. You love it with your heart, because in agriculture we deal with living things. In agriculture, if they are plants and animals, these things, they are living things. Now, the moment you don't give attention to a living thing, you may not succeed, because at any time, something which may get sick, and which needs your attention. And the moment you are not there, the moment you are just rotating around, or the moment you are just leaving it for these people, for employees, and you don't have time for them, you lose everything. Because I remember the other time I told you, in investment, it is very possible to lose everything you have. In investment, you can lose everything you have, but again, the good thing of investment, you can get a lot out of it. Now, if you want to go for agriculture, go there, but be committed. Give it your time. Know that I'm doing this. I love it. I like it. I know it. Read it. Know what it likes, what it doesn't like. There you'll succeed. But agriculture, people want to go for agriculture. Go for agriculture, because agriculture is a nice thing. It is a backbone of Uganda. We have even our climate. Our climate favors everything. I think in Uganda, we grow crops. Animals can work in Uganda. You can go there, but you don't have time for them. Don't
Do
deceive
you
yourself.
encourage? Would you encourage someone to continue with the formal education, or if someone has a plan of going and to learn technical skills before they reach that far, graduate and become unemployed and search for jobs? Do you, because some people, when you go to school and study and they go back in the village there and start farming or doing digging or whatever, many people tend to say, after all, you went to school, but you still came back here to do things like us. So, do you encourage some people who believe that technical skills can help them get what to do earlier? Would you encourage someone, a student who is in senior four, if they had approached you, whether they have to continue or they can drop from school and go and join and do technical courses? And maybe they can get hands on school and start earning early.
You see, learning will never end. learning will never end. Now, for you to be in a technical, know that I have joined the technical. Yes, I support it, but know that I've joined the technical, but I'm not stopping from here. You get? Know that today I'm doing this, but tomorrow I'm going to add on this. These technicals, they also, you can get a diploma, you can get a degree in technical, in skills. These hands-on skills. You can get you
That's
can
a later
continue.
case. For me, I'm just focused on whether someone should start earning early instead of continuing give more 7 years, more 6, 5 years. Someone branches and starts earning money. Yes, you can continue upgrading. Later on, you can get whatever you need. Would you encourage someone to branch off from senior four because he can still get a degree in the end than someone who continues after get a degree then become unemployed? If someone has passion to study up to whatever level he wants to reach, would you encourage them to start early enough from senior four, start earning money, create ends meet, get experience? By the time he gets a degree, he's an expert. Which option
Yes,
is better?
if we want it to be as your career. You see, career is different. If he feels that for me, I want to do this as my career, you branch from there. But if you think that this is not your career, don't go there. I don't know if
What
you're
is
getting
career?
me. Career is like what you want to be for the rest of your life.
So you cannot
That is
start and
career.
be what you are supposed to be? You
Of course,
mean
you
when
leave it.
someone
You
stops
want.
from
You
senior
see.
four, hmm,
Yes. You
cannot
see,
be
Michael.
what he wants to be?
You, you see, Michael. If you want to be maybe now like to be a carpenter, you get, as your career. You get me? If you want to be a carpenter as your career, or if someone has at least has advised you, has told you something, and you really appreciate it, let me be a carpenter. Drop, and because that is you will love it, you learn everything about carpentry, you will get news, you'll be creative in that field. Now there is no need of continuing in your senior sixers and university
Now,
if it is your
another
career.
thing, there is this
Mm.
perspective also. When you talk about technical or an institute, someone thinks you have to go and do carpenter, you have to go and study mechanics, you have to go and do plumbing. This is what is in the minds of people. No, if you go to any institute, you can study any other professional course and start building your muscles from there. It does not mean you have to go and be a carpenter or electrician. No, no. You can go and start to become a nurse. Tomorrow you get a diploma. Tomorrow you are a doctor. The next day you are, you can get whatever you want. So I think also people believe that when you go to a technical school, you must be a failure. You are already a failure because they think that someone who is smart, he needs to continue running those theories until he lacks to get a job in the future. And the biggest another problem when people branch from senior four, they go for technical skills, begin earning money, start families. Of course, most of them forget that they have something to push, something bigger they can achieve. They go there and start doing those jobs until for the rest of their lives. Many people have finished senior four. They join technical schools. They join the institutes. Tomorrow, today, they own degrees. They are good professionals, but they branched off because I remember there are scenarios where people, for example, there is an advert that requires someone to have finished maybe senior six. But senior six, they say senior four plus a certificate is
It's
equivalent
equivalent.
to senior six, right?
Yes.
Senior six, yes, senior. When you finish senior six and you have a diploma, you are ready to go and study a degree. So Do you think someone branching off from senior four could be a better option than someone just taking those ladders and run those theories? Because there are very many people who have graduated as mechanical engineers. But the truth is, they don't know anything regarding mechanics. They don't know. They know only the theory part of it. But someone who started from senior four, went to the technical institute, studied those things, got hands-on skill. By the time that person gets a degree, the truth is he has much more than someone who has just gone direct and graduated as a mechanical engineer. In most cases, these graduates go and learn from those people who did not make it to reach that far. It's very surprising to go to someone you have studied more than the person, but he is the person to teach you in the field. Do you think we are getting the right things to prepare us for the jobs outside? If you don't know anything, for example, you have finished, you're a mechanical engineer, you have graduated, you're going to someone who finished maybe senior four to give you hands-on skill. Which creativity do you live with when you are leaving university? It means indeed our education system has to be totally revised because we are leaving universities, most of us, when we are half-baked. We have been together in school, right? Do you know that people, companies, organizations, how they do their accounting books and everything is completely different from what we studied in school? If you got
Yes.
a chance to go and do maybe internship, you realize that even there are very few things that you apply at work and you studied them in school. Because when you go to school to work, they first say, let's take you through training and we show you what we do. So in school, we learn general knowledge that is not in the field. That is the biggest challenge that we have. So I would say maybe if I was responsible for this, I would say that students should, we study a lot. Classwork consumes much of students' time, and yet we are studying to do the practical aspect of work that even we don't give much of our time. You studied 3 years at the university to become an accountant, but you only go for 1 month to do the practical part of accounting and finance.
Yes.
You see how lacking our education system
Yes.
is. The truth
But
is, a graduate does something so little. Even the company and organization cannot depend on a graduate because they leave university when
yes.
they are half-baked. At least
But
I would say if this course lasts for 2 years and 1 year becomes practical work, this would make sense.
yes, I'm getting your point. You see, I'm getting your point. But for me, I think you see the problem of unemployment in Uganda. You see, because yes, people leave universities when they don't have enough knowledge concerning practicals, when they don't have experience, when they don't have enough skills. But at the end of the day, these companies still these vacancies, these jobs, they are occupied. You can't go to a company and you find that this job is there because we didn't get someone qualified for it. You get? You can't find that job. It
When
means
I'm talking about unemployment, okay,
mm,
I'm not talking about there are those people who qualify and they cannot get a job. Okay.
yes.
But if there are those people who go to look for a job and the truth is they have no idea about the job, that is very
Aha,
practical,
good. Yes,
very true.
yes.
It is very true. So
Mm,
if you have studied, you qualified and you have lacked to get a job, you have hopes that when the job is there, it will be mine. But if you have graduated and you don't qualify to do the job, where do your hopes lie? Where do you think? And that is the big number of students. Where do you think those people's hopes should lie?
they should go back and either start again, or they go to field and they learn much in that they can understand. You see, Michael, the problem you see, the problem of unemployment in Uganda, the problem, what is causing what is causing high rate of unemployment in Uganda. You see, these people who graduate excuse me, who graduate, these people whom I told you that is almost 110,000 students graduate every year. You get one, they are not yet tested. They are not tested, but before they are tested, they are only all 100 or 110 graduates. They are only being tested on 8,000 jobs. You get, they are being tested on only 8,000 jobs. Even if even if they are qualified, even if all of them are qualified, even if these universities have produced very well, very people, if they have produced people with the required skills and knowledge to operate such jobs, it means even they won't get a job, because only job has only they need only 8,000 out of 110. Maybe I think another solution. You see, another solution. Uh, the government, maybe this goes mostly to the government. They may create uh, some environment or and training. You see, and training, because it's not that every student did business. You see, they may create some environment whereby these people, these newly graduates, can start some businesses with the little they have. With the little they have, they can start some businesses. They can be given some training, and again they can be even given tax holidays. They give them some subsidies, in that these people, the small money they have, it is not affected. And again, the documentations, this one needs this license, go to KCCA, go here. If they can reduce on such documentations, and they are given some tax, because I'm not saying that they should not pay taxes, but maybe you give them some time, and you give them the required training, there they can work. I think it is also one way of reducing unemployment to newly graduates.
Now, you have talked about the issue of tax taxes have killed a lot a lot of businesses in Uganda. I don't know. I personally pay tax through URA, and I know what it means every month, every year. When actually they send me a message here every month, we are demanding you this. They don't know where your business is located, whether you work or you don't work. Okay. But they are sending message, we are demanding you, demanding you, demanding you, demanding you. I'm very sure that a lot of businesses have really collapsed because of taxes. This is a very strong point, but unfortunately, those tax holidays are only given to investors who come from abroad, from other countries. The government tend to give them tax holidays, but local investors, you struggle. The government will try to squeeze you until your business closes. I'm very sure that there are a lot of other things that we need to discuss about, but for the interest of time, it's already 1 hour down the road, and it has been good to have a discussion with you today. Maybe probably next time when we have time and we have organized to speak, we shall also again discuss. Maybe we shall pick something specific in between this very topic, whether we look at how the government policies have maybe influenced or on the increase of levels of unemployment, maybe education system, maybe students' mindset itself. So we are going to have a specific point of focus in our next discussion, but it's still in the line of unemployment and really what we have to do ourselves, because we can't say everything that the education system is bad, the government imposes us a lot of taxes. There are things that we have to do to just be like any other player who is already in the market. There are a lot of people who are running successful businesses in Uganda. So when you talk about
Yes, yes.
taxes, they will not understand you. There are a lot of people who have graduated and they have got jobs. So when you talk about unemployment, they will not understand you. So if there is
Good.
that level of unemployment in Uganda, what is a student supposed to do? Should you only rely on reading books because you know that one you might read the books and the end you don't get a job? Should the
Yes,
students
yes.
look into the creative mind of maybe starting their own businesses, partnering with others if they don't have capital, making ways of survival? Because in the end, it is our responsibility to rescue us from this situation. So, Mr. Elijah, thank you so much for being here with me. In one or two words, as we conclude this program or this discussion, I would like you to speak to our viewers, and we call this one a night.
To our dear viewers, my always give you some hope. Those who are unemployed, keep pushing, keep chasing. One day you get employed, either by yourself or by someone else. But it is better to think much of being self-employed than being employed, because employees share a smaller portion of the money made by them, and their bosses take a big portion. Therefore, you also be a boss, be an employer, in that you can take a big chunk of the money your company has robbed and you pay small chunk of money to your employees. I wish you a very nice morning or a day
Why
until
should someone
get
hmm,
it.
why should
Sorry?
someone pay others little? Why should someone
Huh?
pay others little?
Because in the business, let me tell you, when you start a business, every businessman is always trying to exploit employees. Employees, I'm telling you, the moment you think on being employed, you always be exploited, because the employer always want to get enough from you. That's why I'm encouraging all people who are employees to work hard, and in the future they become also employers, and they make much money as their bosses now they are making.
Ladies and gentlemen, those have been Elijah's words, but I'm very sure that in this world, all of us cannot be employers. All of us cannot be bosses. Some people are meant to work for maybe the government, private sector. So there is a way also you are supposed to take yourself. If you have been blessed and you have got that job, please protect it with care. Do the work that you're supposed to be done. You're supposed to do. Be disciplined so that maybe it can push you to where you want to be. Because some people are employed because they are looking for capital. Some people are employed because they are taking care of their families. So your job is still precious, even though people say that you need to create your own business, but still being an employee can push you to where you want to be. We cannot all start from the top. Some of us really need to bend down, start from scratch, build up the system and the businesses that we'd like to own in the future. Well, Mr. Elijah, thank you so much for being here. And I would like to call all the people who will watch these videos and those people who are watching us. Please kindly consider subscribe to this channel. Follow me on my Facebook page. I shall be sharing with you a lot more other things. as time goes on. So for now, have a nice time. And I would like to say bye-bye.
Bye.
So Elijah,